one of the very first things that we look for is we look for the fact that they're now going to be on a forced savings plan. So if they're not currently on some sort of, top of the month, middle of the month, whatever date it is, but it happens automatically, that's the very first thing we begin, because that really kind of ties them to, the momentum of, okay, now I have this thing every month that saves. I've got to make sure that my income is there to support it. And then I've got to start understanding, the phrase, it's not just what you make, it's what you keep. Well, it's not just what you keep, it's also where you keep it. And so I need to start understanding where that money goes and making sure it goes to the right places. So we kind of work on that basis. Now, my theory, and we see this in pretty good practicality, is the average person with the average income, if it weren't for their debt, if it weren't for their housing expenses, and if it weren't for their taxes, they could save 40% of their income. Now, the problem is the IRS, banks, and Wall Street get it all first. And so the idea of pay yourself first really can't happen when we're paying those three entities before we pay ourselves. So that's part of what we do, is we break people free from those three entities and that system of paying those guys before we pay ourselves, and then really work on, okay, let's get that new income and capitalize on that so we can get to that 40%.